All right, our next one that we're going to adjust is the grid view page. And there's not a whole lot we need to do to this. We need to add the box sizing border box to the top. That will basically make sure, let me reload. That will make sure that it includes the border and the padding. And let me pause here. All right, so we need that border box at the top. Okay, so I've opened up grid view here. I'm just going to copy that over. And again, this is what includes the borders and the padding in the width. So that's kind of important. And then we are going to be adding a row class to our HTML. And if you remember, grid view is one where we do float the content. We do a float left, so the content comes up on the right. And so we want to clear that and display as a table. So we can copy all of this to the bottom. So the next little section is for mobile only, which is going to be our default. And it's basically saying that for any class that starts with call and dash, we are going to do a float left and a width of 100%, which is kind of how it looks now. So, and then we're going to add a media query so that when the width gets to 600, so 600 or higher, then we're going to incorporate the columns. So I'm going to copy this and we'll put that at the bottom. Okay, and I'm going to save this. So at this point, I do have all of the grid view CSS in here, and there's just not a whole lot of it, as you can see. But what I don't have is, right, actually, I've already added it. But what you guys are going to have to do is add the classes to your HTML. And so the first thing you're going to have to do is to your row, add the row class to main. And it's going to be just like this. In fact, I'm going to pause here and get rid of all this so I can actually kind of do it with you. Hold on a sec. All right, so now I don't have that in mind either. So it's going to look just like yours. And I'm going to go ahead and go up to main. And I'm going to add that class equals row here. Okay, and then for header, nav, aside, and footer, they should all have a column 12 class. So I'm going to put it in header. And then I'm going to be lazy and I'm going to copy and paste. Put it in nav. And we said we're going to put it in aside. There's footer. Where is aside? There it is. All right. Then our next step, in the first two article tags, we want the column 6 class. So here's the first one. And I'm just going to change that 12 to a 6. And if you remember, column 12 has a width of 100%. And you can kind of see that over here. Column 6 has a width of 50%. So if we set these two article sections to 50%, they should display side by side. And that is what we want. Now, for this last article section, we want to go back to column 12. So this one is going to be 100% across. And that's just because we don't have two more articles, right? We have an odd number. So this one will go all the way across. Let's save this. And we'll take a look. And I have to widen this up so we can actually see it. There we go. Got double columns. That's exactly what we wanted. And then here is that third article that is at 100%. And you can see the footer is at 100%. This is the aside. Okay, and this is the navigation, and they are all at 100%. This is where it starts splitting off to 50-50. And you can see they are mobile friendly. They do adjust. And just to verify, we can go into this little mobile checker. And let's check it on an iPhone. It does not look like it's detecting that, which is okay. Because when let me get out of there. When I do this and I resize it, it is picking it up. Okay, so it is picking it up there, even though it's not showing in this little emulator. Actually, this is probably better to look at. And see, there it is. Now, this is being controlled by the media query. So, if you don't like it going this long, with these two columns, that is an easy fix. Okay, so the media query is controlling where that change occurs. So you can bump this up, save it, and then that change is going to occur at a different point, or you can bump it down, right? So now we should actually be able to go smaller with the two columns. And 600 is usually around where you set a tablet. And there it is. I had to rewind. I had to refresh the screen to get back to mobile here. But if you like the mobile view, then you may want to up this. And then if you up that, it's going to stay in mobile longer. See that? And now it splits. So sometimes it's just a matter of what your preference is. Okay, so that is GridView.